Good morning, student. Today we start next topic of theme 10. The native people lost their land. Now in this map here you see this is the map of USA. But we are talking about of that period when the USA was divided into three parts. Here you see the three flags even also. The blue portion that was called the United States of America. The red color here you see this part of the America that was known as the Confederate States of America, and then the green color shows the rebellion states of America. Now the native peoples of North America lose their land. The story of the cheating of the civilized man on that time. Actually, here I am describe you a story how the Europeans people they were cheated the uh, native people of America. In the USA, the natives were forced to move by signing the treaties or selling their lands. They were cheated by taking more land or paying less. The Europeans people they were paid less money and they were taking a large land from the native peoples. Natives were deprived of their land. For example, now I'm giving the example of Cherokee. Cherokee were the tribal people in the Georgia, was governed by the state laws but could not enjoy the rights of citizens. The judgment by the US Chief Justice John Marshall. John Marshall said that was an important judgment that was announced by the US Chief Justice John Marshall. He said that the Cherokee were a distinct community and occupying its own territory in which the law of Georgia had no force. But the US President Andrew Jackson refused to accept the Chief Justice judgment. He ordered the US Army to evict the Cherokees from their land. They were driven out to the great American desert area. So these Cherokees were driven out to the desert land, okay, on that time. About 15,000 people were forced to move, and over a quarter died along the trails of tears. And when these people they were moving to the desert area, they were not bear the heat or that environment, and many more people were died due to that harsh climate. Those who occupied the lands of the tribes called the natives as lazy, not skilled, not learning English or dressing properly. They deserved to die out. So that was the behavior on that time by the European people to these tribals. They were concentrated into the small areas called the reservations. There were a series of rebellion from 1865 to 1890. Okay, they were showed their aggressiveness, if we are saying that. Okay, but the US Army crushed all these revolts. Now, those who took the land occupied by the tribes justified it by saying the natives did not deserve to occupy the land which they did not use to the maximum, because the native people they had no knowledge that how to use the maximum land or this land. So they had no right, okay, to occupy the land. They went on to criticize them for being lazy. The same thing, they were also criticized them that you were very lazy person, you never knows about the craft skill, that how to produce the goods for the market, you never knows about the English, okay, you were not dressing in a proper way, so they deserve to die out, okay. And they argued the prairies were cleared for the farmland. They were the Europeans people, they were cleared the prairies grassland area and converted that grassland area into the farmland. And the wild bisons, because in the farmland wild bisons were lived, so they killed all the wild bison of the prairies area. Now the primitive man will disappear with the primitive animal also. Okay, that was wrote by a visiting Frenchman on that time. So all the primitive people and the primitive animals were disappear from the prairies grassland area. Now here you see in this picture the primitive animal, that was the wild bison, and the primitive people, the tribals people, those who were disappeared. In 1854, the president of the USA, Franklin Paris, received a letter from a native leader. The name of the leader was Settle. Their president had asked the chief to sign a treaty giving a large part of the land they lived on the American government. The chief replied, "How can you buy or sell the sky, the warmth of the land?" So when the great chief in the Washington sent word that he wishes to buy our land, he asked much of us. The great chief sent word that he will reserve us a place so that we can live comfortably. He will be our fathers and we will be his children. So we will consider your offer to buy our land, but it will not be easy. For this land is sacred to us. The shiny water that moves in the streams and the river is not just water, but the blood of our ancestors. So the chief or these tribal people, the native peoples, they love their land. Okay, so in this way we see that how the British, the Europeans people, they cheated all the native peoples on that time, and how did they occupy their land. Okay, student, next topic, the gold rush, we will start in our next video. Thank you.